The development of the Avro Lancaster was a major event for Bomber Command. Its speed, range, huge bomb load, and large number of guns were all a big step up from the medium-sized bombers that had been the command's mainstay for the first couple of years of the war. Its significance wasn't simply recognized in hindsight either. When it first came into use, everyone knew how big an improvement it was over what they'd had before. Unfortunately, as sometimes happens with such a huge advancement, the new machine's capabilities were a little overestimated at first. First major Lancaster raid, codenamed Operation Margin, was just 12 aircraft, half from 44 Squadron and half from 97 Squadron, at a diesel engine factory at Augsburg, a city in southwestern Bavaria, in daylight, with no escort, a flight of over 1,000 miles each way over German-occupied territory. Looking back on it, such an operation seems a little foolish, but this new aircraft was thought capable of just about anything. On the 17th of April 1942, the first 6 Lancasters, led by 24-year-old Squadron Leader John Nettleton of 44 Squadron, took off from Waddington and flew across France, going at very low level, usually just 50 feet or so, the whole way to avoid being detected by radar. For a while, their luck held until they could see German fighters, which had previously taken off to intercept a diversionary formation, coming into land at a nearby airfield. The fighters spotted the small formation, snapped up their landing gear, and made straight for them. In short order, 4 of the 6 bombers had been destroyed by the swarm of more than 24 German fighters. Though both surviving Lancasters had been damaged, and the lead aircraft's rear guns had been knocked out, Squadron Leader Nettleton pressed on to his target, which was still many hundreds of miles away. On reaching Augsburg, the 2 bombers were subjected to further fire from the ground. The second Lancaster finally went down, but Squadron Leader Nettleton completed his run to the target and headed for home. The second formation of Lancasters from 97 Squadron did somewhat better, with 4 of their 6 making it back. Although the losses were heavy and the damage done to the factory was minor, the raid became one of the most famous of the war, certainly for one of its size. Squadron Leader Nettleton's VC was consequently one of the fastest to be awarded in the entire war, being gazetted just 11 days after his battered Lancaster touched down. Born in South Africa, he first tried to join the Navy at 13 but was rejected. He went on to work in the Merchant Navy, then as a civil engineer, and then a short time with the Naval Reserve before finally signing up for the RAF when he was 21. After the fame of his raid on Augsburg, he went on a tour of the United States but insisted on going back to operations afterwards. In July 1943, now a wing commander, but barely 2 weeks after his 26th birthday, he took off for Turin and did not come back.